Alright, we're running. Yeah. Alright, cool. Alright, first of all, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, Chakadash. I want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful that Christian is truth and all sincerity. Yeah, man, you know, a lot's going on right now, and you know, prophecy's fulfilling itself nicely, you know, and we're going to see how this whole Iran and US-Israel thing is gonna, you know, build up into, right? Because we know we're ultimately these two. Yeah. It leads to World War III. Yeah. Right? And right now there's a lot of uncertainty going on. We'll see what's going to happen, what the Iranians are going to do, and this kind of business. But we know what they're going to do eventually. Mm-hmm. Right? It is, America's taking a large step to fulfilling its own destruction. Mm-hmm. All right? So for us, it's a good day, a good, you know, good time to be in. Right? Right now, people are worried and concerned about what this might mean for the Middle East and all these different types of things. But, you know, I said this, I said this to a few people, you know, because of the thing that was going on with Iran and America and all that kind of business. But, you know, expect it's the whole idea of T attacks.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
From this type of thing that, because Esau needs to create a world problem, and these things help to do that, right? By putting everybody on the edge. Or we need the digital IDs. We need the the MOTB, because that's important. Yeah, the MOTB is important. We need that to be here for prophecy to fulfill itself. Right, and so these will be catalysts for these things to happen. Right, everything that's happening is the catalyst to bring in the MOTB. We know that's what it is. Right, so we know World War III is not today, but we've taken a large steps towards that. Right, and like I say, Esau and these elites, they're going to have their plans, right, to how they're going to manipulate this situation to bring in this MOTB.
Yeah, yeah, and this is part of it. What you're saying, man.
Yeah,
we will not do it.
You know, so it's. Everything's good for us. Everything's good for us, man. Everything's happening like it's supposed to happen, right? The world's not at its end yet, but as the scriptures say, that, you know, in Matthew 24, these are the beginnings, right? This is not the end, but the beginning, right? So, you know,
sorrows.
Yeah, sorrows. Yeah, right.
Get it after. Get that.
Yeah, can't. But that's where we know where we're at. You know, this will eventually build into what the scripture speaks about, World War III and Battle of Armageddon, all these types of things. It will get there. But again, pursuant to Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, these things are for a appointed time. So we have to wait it out. We have to be patient and wait to, you know, for these things to be fulfilled. Yep. Right, but obviously America is running on a high right now because they think they just can do anything. They're breaking all kinds of international laws that they set up for their own people, you know, for the world to be governed by. They're just doing what the fuck they want to do because they're arrogant right now. They're very prideful right now because they got the military. Yeah. You know?
You want to read this?
Go on.
Okay, Obadiah, right?
Yep.
Obadiah, from the top, it says, "The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumour from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle." Right,
so the Lord is raising up these nations to eventually have this war of America and Israel, ultimately, right? This doesn't help that. You know, people think, oh, this is going to bring peace. The Iranians are going to just go quiet now, and Iran's going to take back the country, and they're going to live happily under democracy. That's not what's going to happen.
Because I've seen.
When does that ever happen? Did we go check out Libya? We go check out Iraq?
Never.
When is it, United States intervened anywhere, and it's better.
And you see, the narrative it's the same playbook. But now we're at a time where, you know, as we are going into it, the Esau's being exposed, so it's like everyone knows the same playbook. We know that the governments here, they want to destroy and implement their puppet leaders like they've done everywhere. Because I think what they're saying is they want to get rid of the Khamenei regime and bring in. Basically, they want to set up their, you know, it's an evil regime that's killing their people.
Worst ever, you know,
and they will show us the worst parts of their countries in our media.
The propaganda machine is running crazy on the Trump.
Oh man, it's
running crazy on the Trump. Right?
Crazy, bro.
Right, but there's a lot of conflicting information. If you put all these stories together, you know, the truth is somewhere around here, right in the middle. But you're gonna hear lots of conflicting information, right? So Trump's trying to double back and say, yeah, you know, the Iran's yours, take it.
Yeah.
You know, take it.
He's saying to the, I see that. He's saying to the he's saying to the Iranian public, get
them out.
Yeah, right, man.
What are they gonna do, bro? They're gonna get the arms.
Exactly.
You know, no weapons.
That's not that.
The Iranian regime is still there.
It's still there.
It's still there. But their man's dead. Obviously, we know that.
Yeah.
But the regime's still there.
And the thing is,
Iran, these men are not from what we hear, don't want to play with America. So they're obviously going to be on some next thing.
And the thing is, bro, Iran ain't no Iraq. This is an established,
Solid
country with an army, with, as far as we know, nuclear weapons,
proxy armies, and all kinds of
backing from big nations. This is the last straw for Babylon, as we've been reading it, because it's the Armenians, and I think it's Jeremiah 51. But this is the last straw for Babylon, because these man ain't no. We said it for years. As soon as the Iran prophecy takes place, the mark of the beast has to take place, because this is the last war they're going to be in. Babylon ain't going to destroy Iran now and now move on to another country 5 years later. Mm-hmm. This is the last sort of big play that's going to happen.
You step your foot in the ship. Mm-hmm. And then that's going to be difficult to kind of get off, you know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we continue that.
More says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised.
Right, and the general consensus really of the world is that America is on a mad team right now. Their own allies don't even like them. Mm-hmm. Like, they weren't even consulted. Like, the UK weren't even consulted about what they did.
Nah.
Every time something happens, like Psalmers in the dark, like, I didn't know what just happened.
Yeah. Which is I'm sorry, bro.
No, I see what you're saying.
Which is a reason why Babylon, like you mentioned, the allies don't like Babylon, because you're doing things without even their consent.
Grab that as well. Grab the toes of iron and clay.
Okay.
In Daniel's.
Yeah.
Chapter 2 in it.
Yeah.
They're not cohesive. Mm-hmm. They don't trust each other.
Mm-hmm.
They don't respect each other. Or most of it is coming from America. America don't respect nobody, and that's why they're being despised. Not only by nations that are not their allies, but even within their own allies, they're being despised because they're just acting recklessly, acting crazy. Right? So they're not joined together. Satan's kingdom is divided, but they're putting on a brave face because we're meant to be united, right? So yeah, well, we're not going to condemn this, and we're not going to do this or do that, and they're trying to play with America, to appease them, right? But they're not liked. They're assholes, and everyone knows that.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? Because even amongst Edomites, the American Edomites are one of the most disliked.
Yeah,
from the Europeans don't like them.
Yeah.
Hey, there was one movie. There's a movie. Not to make jokes and stuff, but there's a movie. What do you call it? Shit, man. It shows you the what's his name, man? Chevy Chase. Is it Chevy Chase?
No.
And it's like they do a European tour of these families, like an American family, and they come to Europe. It's like a Naked Gun spoof type film.
Okay.
I forgot what it's called. Shit. Anyway, but the point is, they go to Spain. France, and they're ordering food, and he can't speak French. It's American, isn't it? So he's like putting it in the machine, talking to the French guy, and the French guy is calling him like a nincompoop in French. You gotta see it, because it's like, and he goes, he orders, can I get a steak and fries? He goes, hamburger. He says to him, like American foods, and then he goes, and he even says to him, can I get Coca-Cola? And the French guy calls it American champagne. It's like he's spoofing them, like they don't understand what he's saying. I forgot what it's called. It's a good movie though, but it shows you that Europeans, the point is, they're not liked outside of America. American so-called whites.
Yeah, because you're just fucking idiots, bro. But like I said, the Lord's put that spirit on these nations to feel that way about you, because they obviously seeing the things you're doing, like Venezuela, and everyone knows your history.
Yeah.
And the Most High made that a thing of contention in this time.
National Lampoons.
National
Lampoons.
Okay.
European Vacation. It's funny, man. Yeah, like an American family, innit? Yeah, it's pretty funny. They go around Europe.
The Most High's made your history a point of contention.
Yeah.
Going back to how you got the land, and how you put the Negroes in slavery. The Most High's made that very poignant in this time.
Yeah.
Definitely. Right? Had your statue
it's all coming out.
It's all coming out. So everybody knows your dirt.
It's all coming out.
Everyone knows your dirt, and they know you're not as righteous as you make it sound like you are.
Well, Trump is in the Epstein files. Yeah. They've been wiping it on. They've wiped it on the rug, but they're saying that he's been mentioned the most.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, he's basically been mentioned one of the most in that files. But it's like they're not fully exposing it because they're protecting them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course. So everyone knows your shit, your dirt, man. So everyone knows you're full of shit. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows you're full of shit. So. Like this whole, we come to save the Iranian people type, that's not why you're really doing all these things.
Brother, when Esau talks about he's coming to save you, man, you're getting chained up.
Yeah.
Like, that's the same thing they've said for years, we're coming to save. No, you're the bad guys, man. The Edomites, the Western Edomites.
He's saying about that Khomeini dude who's got so much American blood in his hands, and blah blah blah, this and that. Yeah, but what about the blood in your hands?
The blood of his people, and
What about the blood of the American people and their administrations? What they've done to the Native Americans, the Gadites, and what they've done to the Negro? What about all of that?
Yeah.
Oh no, don't worry about all that though.
Yeah.
You got to pay, bro.
That's it.
You know.
Well,
So grab that quickly.
So should I read it from 2 and 40?
The fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron.
Yeah.
Daniel 2 and 40. It says, and the fourth kingdom shall be as iron, shall be strong as iron.
Right, so America got that military, right? That good old military, the force, the sword. Yeah.
It says, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these
subdues all things, right? That's why America just go into these places and just bomb the shit out of it. And people like, really got their hands tied because they're not on that level to deal with America. That's why you notice that, like, what happened to Iran? Yeah, Iran was shooting rockets to this place, that military base, and this fucking hotel. They never attacked America.
No.
they didn't. They wouldn't do that, bro.
No. Not yet.
It's not that type of fight yet.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So they know their limits.
Yeah.
Because
if prophecy states that Iran will be backed, Persia will be backed by the Russia and China, Gog and Magog, which that's Russian, that's right, Gog Magog.
Yep.
Prophecy says that, so they have to step in. That's when they step in, is when America's fully gonna get it. Because if it was Iran versus America, forget about it.
Yeah.
You know, Esau, the American military will destroy Iran, bro. You know,
that's right.
But we know they got the backing, scripturally. You know, prophetically.
Yep.
So shall I continue on?
Yep.
So it says, breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. It says, and whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. But
right, so not everything in Esau's kingdom is equal. Right? It's not all as strong as America is, for instance. Right? America is that super nation amongst Edomite nations that they just head and shoulders above everybody else, right?
Yeah.
You got Britain, France, you know, but then you got even weaker nations than that, like Greece, the peace nations that we brothers elders always mention.
Yeah.
You know, the Portugals, the Italians, the Irelands, the Greeks,
Italy,
and the Spaniards, right? They're all kind of in a weak position. Like they can't really contribute much. You know, they're not militarily strong. They rely on NATO, right? I think France and UK is the only one that really got nuclear weapons like that. You know, Germany's bailed out a lot of people in the past and shit. So there's weaker elements to Esau's kingdom, right? But it's the strength of the iron that kind of holds them up.
The army.
Yep.
Yep. And it says, part of potter's clay and part of iron. The kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay.
Right, because they have NATO. Right, all these nations, what they all have in common is NATO. They have the army that can protect them, right? But there is a lot of, you know, they're not together in a lot of issues.
No,
they don't agree on a lot of stuff.
No, they don't.
Right, because America would ask Europe to sacrifice itself just to make sure that America can fulfill its goals.
Yeah,
big instance of that was during the pandemic, where man had to get all the gas and that kind of stuff because man's energy bills were going crazy. But they were being told they can't deal with Russia, right? So Germany was getting cut off and all that kind of stuff. And Germany need that gas badly because they ain't got no real resources in their own country. Everything's green and it's not enough, right? But they expect the whole of Europe to suffer just to stop the Russians. Distributing gas to cripple the Russians, right? Well, that didn't really work out that well because Russia's still doing fine.
Well,
but Europe's doing bad.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So.
Russia deals with the BRICS anyway. They
got the resources. They got China. They were doing a lot of deals with China. Iran.
Now Iran has closed the Strait of Hormuz. They saying so now they're saying that gas will spike here for us in our side of the world. But guess what? You think they ain't going to be giving Russians gas? They can get it all day long from them.
I say, but they said they got other ties with other nations. You know, they got their partners, their close neighbours, China, and all these types of things. So they can get around these types of things. Europe's gonna get fucked, just like last time, right?
All because of Babylon.
Yeah, right. So they're not together on certain issues, right? And let's say America's acting completely independently, not consulting, you know, other Edomite nations or whatever about what they're gonna do, how that's gonna affect them. Is there a different way we could do it? They don't give a fuck what they got. They don't care what you think. Right, so they fulfill the prophecy of the beast hating the whore, right? Because these ally nations are going to get fed up.
That makes sense why they're gonna turn against Babylon.
Yeah, but that's
England and all that.
Lord making it happen, right?
Yeah.
It makes sense. It's fine. It's
It's
been
happening.
making sense, right? Why this is going to happen? Because America is too bold.
Without their help and all that, just doing whatever and all that. No, not consulting with them.
That's right. That's right.
So it says, but there shall be in it of the strength of iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay, as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
Yep.
And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, that they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. And in the... Shall I continue on? Yeah. It says, and in these days, it says, and in the days of these kings shall the Lord of heaven set up a kingdom, which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and shall stand forever.
So we know we're close. Because after this is nothing else but the kingdom. You know? And so we already know the state of affairs of Esau's kingdom, where it sits. America's at its peak. Well, maybe you might call it that. But the rest of the allies is kind of broken and fragmented. And they've shown a lot of resent towards their baby daddy.
Yeah.
Or the whore.
Yeah.
Right? That sits on the beast, right? They've shown a lot of resentment. So we know we're heading into that time. Or that we are in that time.
Yeah.
You know, so they rely on America at the same time for the strength, right, to keep them strong and protected or whatever. But they really not. They don't see eye to eye.
Yeah.
You know, and eventually that relationship's going to fall, because even Yahweh Shai said, if Satan be divided against himself, how can his kingdom stand?
I got that. Thee shall hate the whore.
Oh yeah, you can grab that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it says, okay. So this is Revelation 17 and 16. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
They're gonna hate her. They already started that hate.
Because that's NATO, that's the EU, basically.
Because America's doing some dodginess against them, man. And it's not one time. It's not 2 times. It's plenty of times, man, just doing their own thing. It's making Europe,
it's destroying Europe. So
they're paying the cost for it.
Paying the cost for it.
You know, and it's like, well, we can't even run our team, but you're making us, you're grinding us into the dirt.
Yeah.
Man slapping tires on man for why? You're meant to be a partner in this. You're just effing us over.
Didn't Trump come out and say he's going to put tariffs on England?
Yeah, 15%.
You remember that? That was like a few months back.
Man's struggling.
Yeah.
But because America's a bully, and they know you can't absorb 15% because you are struggling, like, you're going to have to do what I tell you to do.
You know what? It makes perfect sense that Donald Trump is the president to law will end, bring it all to an end. It makes sense.
It makes sense, and I hope it's true.
Nero, man. Yeah.
Because that means it can only go on for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At most, it can only go on for a certain amount of time, isn't it?
His term's going to be up soon. At some point. Well, I think he's got like 2 years left or something, but he's got to be the one, man.
Oh, Lord willing, bro. It makes all the sense, bro.
Yeah.
It makes all the sense, isn't it?
Yeah.
The way he's coming out, like in his words, like no one's ever seen before.
No, yeah, that's what he says.
He's not done any. He's done stuff that no other president would even doing like that.
Yeah,
the way
he's talking boldly, bro. This dude. Just the other day, they went and took a Venezuelan president.
Yeah, just kidnapped
him out of there with the special teams, Delta.
The stand trial in America.
Stand trial in the States. Yeah. And they paraded him. I think they opened the police van and they drove him through New York because they were going to put him in the tombs there. So, come on, what president, what bolt? And I think he even came out and was speaking boldly about that situation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The way they're going on and talking and stuff like that, it's different.
Yeah,
it's different spirit.
I think one of those forecasters was saying this time has been kind of crazy because I think it was one of the news forecasters, but alternate news. I can't remember who it is I saw, but he said this is a time where we've never seen a president using armies to just take heads of state out of seats overnight.
Yeah.
When that Venezuela thing happened, now they supposedly killed Khamenei. Bro, come on, this guy's out of hand.
Well, I'm saying,
the world's seeing it.
All this law that he sets up, is he abiding by it? No, because the only law that he's already abides by is might. Might is right. If he can do it, he will do it. Because what are you going to do to stop him? Because you can take all these things to the courts that you want, but unless they turn up or they hand themselves in, you ain't going to take them in. But America's not going to be taken in by who? Who's strong enough to take America in? Oh,
yeah. Yeah,
bomb your country too, blood.
That's what they do. That's what they do.
That's what they do, man.
That's what they do. It says, these shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate and naked and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
Right, so they're going to play their part in the destruction of America, man, with the fire that the Most High has as part of his judgment, man. Yep.
Yeah, it says, for the Lord, for the power have put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Lord shall be fulfilled.
Right, so it's the Most High Yahweh putting his spirits in these men to do what they're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for America to be pissing off all their allies. The Lord's putting those spirits on these guys to make them do the things that the Lord wants them to do.
Yep.
You know, this is not the America show. This is not the Edomite program.
Yeah.
This is the Most High's
thing.
program. They're all doing what he wants them to do. At the same time being deceived, thinking that they're fulfilling their own agendas.
I've got something for you.
Come on.
I've got something. This is a Revelation 19:2. It says, for true and righteous are his judgments, for he have judged the great whore, which did corrupt the earth. With
Is that what North America and Edomite
they do.
philosophy and doctrine has done? It's corrupted the earth, no?
Yeah. Everywhere they
this
are on
world
earth,
is
bro.
mad. This world's so messed up, man.
Because the scripture says the borders of wickedness,
Mhm.
referring to E.
Yeah,
Anywhere they're at. So
Yep.
So it says, and America has corrupted the earth. Everyone follows American philosophy.
Yep.
You know?
Because they control the media and all these things that we're always exposed to, right? Because they make sure there's shit's exposed.
Yeah.
They make sure that their things is as many places as it can be. That's why Esau go to these like African nations or whatever, man, and bribe man or force man to take on LGBTisms and all that kind of stuff. Because otherwise they're not gonna get funding.
Yeah.
They're not gonna get help or whatever. Like they force the world to be this way.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, I saw on the something on the Epstein files that some African countries that don't play ball, Epstein would be dealing with people in the Gulf regions to destabilize them and stuff. I see it. So, because you know, some of them might be trying to build things themselves, and then they'll destabilize and destroy it with their partners in the Gulf, Arab Gulf, and that. So that's why you see all them civil wars in Africa and all this turmoil. That all comes from Babylon, man.
That's right.
Deep down, like when you follow the trail. Yeah.
And that's why when he speaks about the red horse in Revelation chapter 6, it says to take peace from the earth. That's what the red horse does.
Yeah.
And that's what it does do. By having everybody at odds with each other. Right? With all these, you know, philosophies and doctrines and financial bullying. You know, it has nations fighting one another, man.
Yep. So it says, for true and righteous are his judgments, for he have judged the great whore, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication.
So when America is destroyed, that's a righteous thing, man. But how can you be righteous if America's the righteous?
Yeah.
Something doesn't add up, right?
God bless America, all that stuff.
Right? Why is this going to happen then? Because America's not righteous. Babylon is not righteous.
Yeah,
right? Despite all the talk.
Despite all the talk, yeah, it was that's Psalm 55. They cast my words behind thee. They pretend like they're Christians and all that.
Yeah.
Do you know in Iran when all this is happening a few weeks back? Remember they were burning Baal. Did you see that? Did you see that yet?
No, I didn't see that.
They were burning the effigy of Baal. You have to see it. It's on the socials. I've probably put it in the group chat. You can see it. But they burning the Baal, bro. They were chanting death to the Babylon and burning Baal. Because why? Because they were showing you who Babylon worships. Because America's. It's all Satan comes out of there, man.
Well, this is the thing. Like these are
all corruption.
At the end of the day, all these nations are heathens, right? So they don't worship the Most High. They don't follow these laws or nothing anyway. But like Trump a minute ago was talking about all the Christians. Right? You've got to protect Christians around the world. There's Christians in Iran.
The Nigerian Christians. They've intervened to help them apparently.
There's Christians in Iran as well. Though.
Yeah, there is.
So what about all this? Like,
there is.
Does he really care, or is it just a front?
Yeah,
you know it's a front, right?
That whole region they're blowing up is full of Christians.
Yeah,
it's the home of
the home of
them. Supposed Christianity, or the home of the Lord, isn't it? You know, the home regions.
I say even these small houses, you know, American off these Palestinians. Some of these Palestinians are Christians.
Yeah.
But no one cares about the Christian. Then it's like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? It's just a false talking point that they say to appear righteous to justify what they're doing. That's whatever it is, man. It's just bullshit. Right? That's why America is going to be destroyed.
Yeah.
Because of the mad hypocrisy, the mad bloodshed that you've done on the earth, man. You're going to talk about Khomeini and these dudes, right? He ain't gone around the world and did what you did.
Well, Khomeini didn't enslave a whole people.
You know?
You would, like going back into what you were saying about the transatlantic slave trade. I mean, they were part of it, but for the most part, it was to Babylon. So that was, the slave trade was really Esau's thing in this time we're in, because they like to throw on the label on other people, but it was Esau's thing in this time we're in. We under you. The Israelites are under you, man.
At least the Iranians are in their land that they possess, that it was given, that they already in there. You went to a whole new landmass, murdered a whole bunch of people just so you can get control over the land.
Yeah.
And now you're going to talk like you're righteous. It's mad.
Mm-hmm.
And it really pisses me off, like the way they talk as if they're so fucking righteous, bro.
Yeah.
But you're the biggest devil. You're actually the biggest problem on the planet.
Yeah, man. That's it. I'm gonna get you something. Okay. This is Habakkuk 2:4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
You might as well read number 3 as well.
No, for 3. Okay. Habakkuk 2:3. It says, For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Right, so this thing will develop into the things that we speak about in terms of prophecy, because it's the Lord's will at the end of the day. And we've only ever moved closer to this day. We're not going in the opposite direction. We've been talking about this thing from years back. Beginning of it was impossible. Years back, we've been talking about this, right? We're getting there, right? We're getting there, and we just got a little bit more way to go. And you're going to see all this, man. All of it take place.
Yeah. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Oh shit, I just read it. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not up.
Which means pride. He's proudful. He's full of pride. He's boastful, right? Yeah.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
It's not righteous. Not one little bit.
No one. But the just shall live by his faith.
Right? The just is going to live by the creed, your deals, the law, such commandments that the Lord gave to them, the faith, right? That's what we're going to live by. We ain't going to be doing things and forcing it like to make it seem like we're doing this and doing that. We're just going to do what we was told to do. And that's why if you put you don't even need a fucking microscope over America. You just look at America, you will see that they don't do what they say they do.
Yeah.
Or they don't keep the creeds, the tenets that the Most High gave them, or gave us. And they got the Bible there, but they say they
don't believe in it.
No, but they keep it. They say they base the whole nation around this Bible.
Yeah,
you just look at it. You know that's not the truth.
Yeah.
You know that's not the truth.
Yeah, maybe in the early stages of Babylon, when it was before the Vietnam War, etc. The white picket fence, the people were dressing with the women weren't as revealed. There was no drugs in society. It was supposedly that spirit was
more Christian.
Yeah, there you go. But it was even then they really weren't.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah,
because the whole premise of why they went over there is because of Christianity, right?
Yeah.
And they was murdering people, so it's like you've never really been Christian.
Never really that. And even in that time when Esau so-called had the white picket fence and all that, you had Jake's all fucked up Jim Crow laws. You had Jake was all like impoverished.
No, systematic oppression.
Trying to make that.
You've always done that. Systematic oppression. You just had us oppress, make sure you beneath you Edomites. That's it. That's what you made sure to do. Right? So you can't say like, oh yeah, equality. You don't believe in that anyway. It's bullshit. The scriptures don't teach that anyway, but you don't believe in it. You preach it to make yourself sound righteous. But it's not there. You don't do those things. You're the biggest fucking hypocrite on the planet.
Yeah.
Right? And that's it. You don't have to get a microscope. Just look at America. They don't do anything what they say to do as a Christian nation.
No.
Their land is full of idols, which America tells you that Babylon would be full of idols, which America is. You got a fucking Church of Satan in America. How? How does that make any sense? Why is this stuff even allowed? Why is the LGBT things even allowed? Yeah. Why is all these different things? Why are they allowed?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's the land of the free.
Man, it's rife with that.
The kingdom of heaven is not land of the free. You're not free to do wickedness. I'll tell you that.
No.
So how can you be the righteous?
Ain't gonna be. He said, yeah. So it's
at the same time demonizing other nations and going there and bombing.
But it's coming out that Babylon now, even like some churches, I know they'd be watching the Israelites.
And the PDFR rings.
All of that. That is just that's what's running in that society, and they don't punish those sort of crimes. That's why those people are run free. Yeah. But even what I was going to say is that some preachers are even bringing out that America's Babylon now. It's because it's being revealed that that's the place of evil.
A place of hypocrisy.
It's a place of hypocrisy. The world is seeing it. So it says, but there was a time when it was, this information was more hidden.
Yeah, the image of America was a bit more clear.
It was a bit better, yeah.
They made the PR was good, but everything's out.
The American dream,
uncovered the legs.
Yeah, he's uncovered
the fire, to make it to show everyone.
Definitely.
Right, so it's in everybody's mind. This is why they're despised.
Yeah,
we'll get back to that in a minute.
Yeah. So it says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
Proud. What's he doing in Iran? Oh, we have to defend the American people. For what? What's happening in America? What the Iranians doing in America? Nothing. No one's doing there. They won't even attack you now.
Because they can't even do it. Exactly.
You might get something now because you might have some mad mans that want to take some revenge on America. You might go and find some
There you go. You mentioned that in the beginning.
Yeah, you might find some teeth. Let's go there.
You mentioned that at the
and
beginning.
do something, you know. But Iran's not going to attack America.
Oh no.
They're not going to do that. Not until they know or feel more secure in doing that.
When that's their backing.
When the Russia and the Chinese are there and all that kind of stuff. Right, they're not going to do that.
Now they can probably attack a few bases in the
nearby
regions. Yeah.
You know what I mean? On their geographical location. They're not going to go send shit overseas and whatever. Right, but they might send a couple men down there. Or America might sort that out. We don't know how that's going to work out yet. But you probably find that something's going to be on fire somewhere. Just going to say that for the time being. Right? But they're not that crazy. Right? They're not in that position just yet to go and take it to America and Israel just yet. It's not like that. You know?
So it says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death.
So you know damn sure he wants something there. Right? I say he's in Iran, like he's been everywhere in the Middle East taking shit.
Oh yeah.
Right? So he's obviously there for something.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it might be about regime change, but is it really about is it just that? Yeah, it might have something to do with that. But there's something else he wants.
They want their crude oil and all that, man.
Yeah. And give an Israel a larger play in the area or whatever, right? They you know.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Well, that's come out even with the Palestinian thing. All that they want to kill them all,
and grab land,
grab the land, so they wanted to bring that
Great Israel project.
Yeah, that project. That's it. That's right, man. You saw that, innit? The Great Israel project. They wanna make it some like new age place for Edomites to come and live.
But you know what I find interesting though, right? Because Tucker Carlson had that interview with that US embassy dude or whatever, right, in Israel. Because technically, the whole Great Israel project includes like Saudi Arabia and these things like that. So what about these men? What are they going to do with these men eventually?
Oh yeah. Well,
and you know Esau can't be trusted. So you know, man, because these men are allies right now. They know they're cool, innit? But you know Esau, when the time comes, he'll take out his friends, bro.
Oh, they know that. The Ishmaelites call him the Great Satan.
Yeah, bro.
They actually know that. They know that. But you know,
at the moment they set them up because they're kind of like a proxy army proxy state to America.
Yeah.
They set up Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, they set them up.
And
they set them up and they give them. They live. Living them well.
Yeah.
Living well. They got their blessings, man. For now. And it says, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Okay, the clay is the debt. Right? And like I say, Trump got no problem in spending more money to throw more bombs on people. But he can't fix your roads.
Yeah.
You know, he can't bring the jobs back. He can't do none of these things, but he can bomb up another nation. Plenty of money for that. Another 500 billion or whatever he gonna spend on the military, whatever he said it was, because the tariffs are doing so good. He want to spend some more money on foreign wars. But you went to be about home.
Yeah.
But you're not at home. You're everywhere else. You know, your own people are suffering in your own country. You're shooting up your own people, right? Your ICE agents and shit. But you're more interested in what's going on elsewhere.
Oh yeah, but he can't stay home. He's always
in other people's business. Backyards and shit. You know.
Yeah. It says, shall they not rise suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them.
Right. So you saw right now in the news, he's trying to play out like, oh, the Iranian people are so thankful for taking out their leader or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're free now, right? So they're making it sound like Iran is going to rise up and take the nation back and turn it into a democracy. And we're going to be allies with America and all that shit. You're going to find that that's probably not really the majority of people, how people feel about that. No. That's going to be some man. Yeah. But it's not going to be most man.
No. Because now I keep seeing like these Iranians, they're marching, they're in the city and stuff, but they're like pro-America. They want the regime down. But I'm like, some of those people can be like set up. Yeah, there are people, agents. Yeah, there are people that do believe that from Iran. And they're supporting Israel as well, those people, because they side with America. Yeah. So they want the regime change in Iran. But what's actually going on in Iran? You can't trust what the media here.
Not the Western media.
You can't.
You can't trust wholly any media from any part of the world, because they're all going to play their own story.
For their
own,
to
play their own narratives, right? So you have to kind of get a gist of it from both sides, because someone's going to be part true in both areas. But Western media is so propagandized. It's like you might as well cast it all that. Yeah, you might as well cast it all that, man. Yeah, we're going to get probably a little bit more truth from these other state sites or whatever. In those areas, you're probably gonna get a little bit more out of it. But yeah, they're all gonna play their stories, because even at the beginning they were saying, "Oh, Khomeini's still alive." I kind of knew he was dead. I was like, I don't think America would just say that.
But that he's
And
gone.
he not actually be there.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit of a,
Yeah.
you know, it's a bit of a,
They
of a
put it
firm
out there.
statement.
As far as we know, he's gone.
Yeah.
As far as we know,
Whether they hightailed him out somewhere, put him in some other, you know,
he's,
wherever's happening.
he ain't gonna be on that podium. That's all we know.
His face isn't going to be there no more.
He's out of there.
He's
That's
out
all
of the
we know.
game.
Yeah, exactly.
Rather literally or not.
However, this has gone down, it is big news still.
It is, yeah.
Khomeini, he's, you know, and that's ruffled some feathers, man.
Yeah.
So we know whether it's propaganda or
And
not.
no real war has happened as in this moment in
Yeah,
time.
at this moment in time. But from what we know, he's gone. That's stirring up the pot.
Mm.
You know?
But I said there's a lot more guys are going to be more upset about this than are going to be praising America for doing what they did. Right? So this will stay true because these men are looking for America's downfall. They're not looking for its upliftment. Right? So these people are going to feel like these guys have been taking the piss and, taking lands and you know, all this debt that we just read.
Yeah.
But ultimately, they want America to fail. They're not going to want America to come and take over.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we know that's probably only the views of a few people that believe that America is somehow helping.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
check out Libya, check out Iraq. How has that helped?
Yeah, they're down the drain.
Some men were praising it then, but it's like
they're down the
they're
drain.
fucked, really.
Yeah, fuck. Libya's
They're
finished.
fucked.
And now even a lot of people will even come out and tell you, listen, man, them countries was better when Gaddafi was in. When Saddam Hussein was in. Bro,
obviously there's gonna be guys that don't like him.
Bro, just like any
country.
country. When General Gaddafi was the president, they had free electricity, they had free social, hospital care. You know what he would even do if you was married? When you get married, he would give you like £50,000 grants for marriage. He was promoting people having babies. If there was studies that you couldn't do in Libya, there was grants that they could fly you to countries to study. Basically, you know, obviously countries that have the ability to teach you that skill. So he had plenty of. Even though look, he obviously was doing a lot of fucked up shit as well. But the people had a standard of living. You know, they had wages. They got free healthcare.
Stability.
They had stability. As soon as America killed him and destabilized that country, and one thing with Libya as well, because you mentioned it, he didn't want Babylon's influence anymore. He wanted to unite the Arab and African countries. He wanted the African dollar. He wanted with gold, and I think he tried to even speak to the Ishmaelite nations. But you know, they killed him.
Oh yeah, you know how that went.
They killed him.
You know.
Yeah.
So what time you seem to be off?
Probably in about 5-10 minutes.
Okay,
I'm gonna dip in that. I've got to go about 6.
Yeah, that's cool. We'll wrap up.
All right. So it says, shall not all these take? Oh, where was I? I was here. So verse 8 says, because thou hast spoiled many nations.
Spoiled them.
Yeah. And the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
Right. It doesn't sound like a happy people. They're not happy with America. So I know you're trying to play that narrative that some men are happy. Or, a lot of people are happy that we did this. No, you find that's not the truth.
No.
Yeah.
Yep. It says the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of men's blood and for the violence of the land of the city and of all that dwell therein. It says, woe to him that covetous an evil covetousness to his house and that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. It says, that was it on that.
Because you're all about keeping your power.
Yeah. Oh, right. You know what? Can I read this one part?
Yeah, sure.
It says, verse 12. It says, Habakkuk 2:12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establish a city by iniquity.
And this is what America was just doing to fail from the beginning. Because you got that land unrighteously. I know you might are proud now. Some of you are proud. You want to shout out from the rooftops how proud you are about what you guys did to get the land and all this kind of stuff. Good. I feel like that. I hope that good. Keep the energy in it. But the truth is, the Lord don't respect it. The Lord don't rate it, right? And the Lord's gonna punish you for it. So keep the energy. You know.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Because you can't say that what you do is righteous. Oh, we brought civilization to the world. We brought wheels and trains and cars and fuck off, man.
Yeah, man. That's what they like.
Most time don't give a shit.
Well, even those narratives are being destroyed because it's even coming out that all your inventions was mainly Jake that made it anyway.
Yeah,
that stuff's coming out.
Your carburetors and all that kind of things. Yeah, like you wouldn't have some of this stuff without Jake.
Yeah.
So don't talk like you was the only one. No, you owned it. Yeah,
you stole the patterns of it, man.
Yeah.
You own the copyright.
It's not even stolen, but obviously Jake has to work for somebody. Like, so Jake comes up with something, it's property of the company.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not his name that gets on the sheet, it's the company's name.
And they still do that till this day. There was
it's the same.
I think it was like Apple or one of these software companies. There was like a Jake woman. She developed like an app, a dope app. And what happened is they fired her. Then she comes to find out like she's trying to sue them still. I forgot what company it is. She came up with a great app idea, and then over time they fired her. Then she saw her idea being used by the company, so she's fighting them. I can't remember what it was, but I see it on the social media. So that still goes on.
Yeah,
they have a Jake comes up with a great idea, get him sacked, and then they use the idea, the company.
Or they buy him off and it's just like, it's nothing really. Why they go make millions and billions of pounds off it?
Oh yeah, you didn't get nothing out of it.
Yeah. You know, no recognition or nothing.
Yep.
You know? But Steve Jobs, you know, he's a fucking great inventor, right? He's an Apple guy. You
So
know?
they're telling us, yeah.
But it's like, what did he really do?
Yeah.
It's like Elon Musk. What does he really do?
Come on, man.
Bro, he's got a whole bunch of fucking scientists and engineers helping him.
Yeah.
So what did he do?
Yeah.
Oh, he come up with the idea. Okay.
Yeah. All
But
right.
what
So
did
they
he do?
tell us.
So yeah, exactly.
So they tell us. Yeah.
But what does he do? Well, don't believe everything you think. You know, you've been told. Oh, he's the richest man alive, the smartest man alive.
Yeah, all of
How?
that.
Why?
I got a quick one. I got one here.
Yeah, go on. We'll wrap it up, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Numbers 35 and 33. It says, "So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land."
It's a curse. The blood you shed is a curse unto you, man. That's why America can't be forever. Can't be forever, man. That's why it's not going to be forever.
Yep. It says, "Defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed. It cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it."
Yeah, so there's a whole lot of death is going to happen in the land of America, man, when the Lord decides to shoot those missiles, man. Because the only people that are going to be out of that land are the elect and the elites that are no longer there at the time when it happens. But everybody else, there's a lot of people in America.
Oh yeah.
Everybody
Millions
else
of people.
is
So it's
gonna
massive
perish.
land. It's a massive land, bro.
Yeah. And don't think just because you're not, you know, your elites are not going to be, or some of your elites are not going to be in the land when it happens, don't think you're going to get away. Because you're definitely going to be caught.
Oh yeah.
And put to work, man.
Oh
and
yeah.
then punished.
They can be the first, innit?
You know, so yeah, don't think you got an answer for what's about to happen, because you don't. You know, but you know, like we say, you know, watch the space, man. Everything that's happening. You know, it's not. You know, World War III is not going to be declared tomorrow. You know, it hasn't declared yet, and you know, so it's just one of those things. It's going to go on as like a rumors of wars type scenario.
We'll keep watching.
But it's going to build. The pressure is always building.
Yeah.
You know, and we'll see what these Iranians do. But I guarantee you, they're not going to turn around and attack America.
Oh no.
Unless Russia decides to do something.
The backing, the big brother has to, well, say big brother, but the bigger nation has to get involved. The two big world powers have to get involved.
And I think it makes sense for the elites to use this situation to bring T attacks around the whole world, to bring in the MLTV, because that has to happen too. The MLTV has to be brought in, and it makes sense to use these Iranians as an excuse.
That's why it's happening.
Or these Islamists as an excuse to go around and do some crazy shit, and so we need to make sure everyone's ID because immigrants and all this sort of stuff is dangerous, right? So you know it makes sense for them to use the situation before it goes further. So, but we'll have to see.
It's like a Black Mirror episode every day out here, man. It's like a Black Mirror episode every day.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, we've got to wrap it up here. We've just got to get off on that. So again, all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Chakadash. Double ones on it to the elders, the apostles, with GMS and Shalom, and to the whole product. Teaching children what to say, man. And stay up, man. Shalom.
Shalom.